So today, I'm taking a break from my stuff and getting out of my shop today and going back up to Tommy's shop. And instead of helping Rudnick, I'm gonna go help Tommy today. As you guys know, Tommy has his beautiful S13 Sylvia that's basically been about 70% done for a little while now. He's been busy with other projects, and I told him I was bored, and I told him let's get the thing running. So I'm headed up there today, and we're gonna get some work done on that thing. I don't know if I'll be able to run it today. I really don't know how much is already done to it. I gotta check it over, but it'd be cool if we can get the start today. That's the goal. So, all right, of course, just like every time I come here, they're not here yet. Where the hell's Rudnick, at least? Who decided to finally show up? I say this every single time.
What are you doing here?
Long time no see.
What are you doing in our shop?
Waiting for you.
How long have you been waiting?
How was the tacos?
So
better than your breakfast sandwich?
Dude, what happened to that lens? You run it over?
You did. I bought it from you.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Jeff. Get out of my taco. Come on.
No, there's have a burrito in here and I'm gonna eat it.
What you got there?
Thomas, what do we do?
You got a clutch alignment tool?
It's a coil pack.
Oh, I just saw that bottom sticking out of your hand. What are we doing today? What, do you got a mouse in your pocket?
No,
I ain't doing shit.
All right, well, we got the S13 Sylvia. You guys know this car.
Yeah, you do.
SR20. It's literally my setup. Same intercooler, the same manifold. I had my turbo's a little bigger, but literally everything I had was the same. But it's like 70% together.
Is that all you give me?
Maybe 80.
I'm gonna say what? The whole car or the engine?
The drivetrain or the engine bay.
I'd say 91%.
You want
to list what it needs?
I could see what it needs. Okay, you know what? It is pretty together. We have to put the damn hose clamps on the intercooler piping. I gotta run.
Oh, you're not just supposed to let them hang like that?
Is that Tommy's spec?
That's FES spec.
Okay, there it is. So we gotta run a coolant line from the turbo to the coolant side. That's easy. Tommy's missing every single fuse from his Tommy's missing every single fuse from his fuse. I'm under a lot of pressure. I have these three just staring at me right now.
Vitamins. When we pulled it out, Dom took all the relays and fuses out and took the box out.
Did you take them when he left you?
I don't know. We can't find the box, the relays, or the fuses. So somewhere, someday, at some point in our lives, we're gonna come across a box that has all that stuff in it.
First thing we gotta find is coil packs. I found one, so we gotta find 3 more. Just start.
Did Rudnick take them?
No, he didn't need. We could take them from Rudnick.
They weren't in the bin over there?
Just 2.
You found one, but you said there was just 2 in the box.
Rudnick has another.
Super confused.
Okay. It looks like we're gonna need new plugs too.
No, just rinse them off with the sink and use some Scotch spray. That's what they do at AutoZone anyway, I think.
Weird. Let's see what this.
All right, Tommy, I found this big ass box. That should complete your fuse box, right?
It's all GTR stuff. It'll work though.
All right, just went through and quickly I finished up the trans harness. Well, it was like the interface harness. So on an engine harness, of course, you guys know there is the plugs that go to the engine itself, and then you also need the plugs that connect the engine to the chassis, so you send signal to the gauge cluster and stuff like that. So that's all plugged in. We're all ready to go. Oh my god, this thing looks old. It's old. So we're gonna be putting this in at AM Series 2. This should be plug and play. It looks plug and play. So we're gonna be throwing this in. I did all the hose clamps, checked over everything. Everything's all set. Now all we have to do is run fuel line, put spark plugs in it, put the AM in it, and put some oil in it.
You ready to go on the K Miata?
Can I drive it?
Yeah.
So this is my first time driving the $40,000 K Swapped Miata.
This is it. I'm excited.
There's no power steering.
Nope.
You really don't need it.
No. Look at you hunched over. Head touching the
Miata. I feel like a T-Rex in here, going like this.
T-Rex in it.
The only true way to drive a Miata. Like a man. Ever. I feel like I can't get the true feeling of this car until I go around some corners.
That's it.
Do it. Yo! Holding up traffic.
I'll fucking wreck.
Big spender today.
Ew. Me?
Yeah.
Just today.
Gaffney is a .028. Last thing I gotta do is fuel line, and then Tommy's gonna do the spark plugs. Right? Okay, yeah. Fluids, and then I'm gonna set up the AEM V2 and go from there. All right, I ran new brake lines. I tucked them all underneath the intake manifold. Looks all nice and pretty. We're all good to go. Hey, Tommy, did you do the spark plugs yet?
Yeah, they're good.
Are they really gapped?
Yeah, they're good to go.
You're lying to me. You've never opened them.
Check them.
Where's the gap tool?
Put it away.
I hate you so much.
Useless. Running, where's your gapper?
Nick, how are you doing, buddy? You need to cheer up.
I'm fine.
You're miserable.
I'm perfectly fine.
Are you okay?
I was fine until I started talking to this asshole.
Do you need a hug? Tommy, hug
Why
this.
does he act like I do anything?
Operation find a damn spark plug gapper tool. I told you to buy one. It's 50 cents.
Dude, you didn't say anything.
You're like, no, right neck.
He does. He has a nice one, dude. This is the empty drawer. What are these LEDs to? What'd you take?
Nothing.
What'd you take, dude? Your
Nothing, dude.
little tiny ass pant pockets bulge. Oh.
What a pain in the ass.
Dom cleaned before he left.
I cleaned you out.
Cleaned me out of spark plug gappers. I gap them?
No, they're literally exactly gapped. I hate you so much.
Every one of them?
Yeah, they're all perfect.
Told him I gapped them.
You didn't fucking gap them.
Call me fucking Chris Angel, bitch.
Well, Mr. Useless is on the phone. I got the coil packs in, all ready to go. He gave me a Gretty oil filter because it's Tommy. So, all right, so at this point, I know I've been kind of rushing through it, guys. Tommy has to leave somewhat early, so I've been trying to like bang it out. And at this point, I have to put fluids in it, in the ECU, and find a startup map and do that. We could throw it on a stock ECU and just find a stock map somewhere to get it running. I might do that first to make sure everything's all set. No, it has bigger injectors than that. I can't. So, gotta get the AEM in, and I have to wire in a map sensor somehow. I gotta figure that out. All right, so Tommy has this ancient ass AEM Series 2 ECU. Now, it's not that old. I guess it's still up to date. The Series 1 is pretty old, but the Series 2 isn't too bad. Now, this is a plug and play for SR20 wire harness and everything, which is really nice. So this literally plugs right into the factory harness. I don't have to like make a crazy jumper harness or anything. Since it is a factory harness, it's a little weird to wire a map sensor in it because it didn't come with a map sensor. It came with a MAF sensor. So, but of course, we're gonna put on speed density because it's the shit. So a map sensor is just a 5-volt sensor, which means it has 3 wires. It has a 5-volt reference. It has a ground, and it has a wire that actually reads a signal. So the way the sensor works is pressure changes the voltage output. So at one voltage, it's one pressure, at another pressure, it's a different voltage, and vice versa. And AEM knows what voltage is compared to what pressure. And that's how it reads it. It's very simple, very easy. So we pulled up the wire diagram for the ECU. As you guys know, I love doing this. The ECU pinout. So Tommy has a red top wire harness right here. So we need a 5-volt reference, which we could use right there. 37 TPS power output, 5-volt output. That's what we need for the 5-volt. Then for the signal wire, we could use pin 35. It even says out here, AEM map sensor. Easy enough. And then we just need a ground. Right here, 29, sensor ground. So that's all we have to do. Tommy already has an AEM sensor right here, so we could wire this right in, nice and easy. Well, it's a pain in the ass to wire it in at the ECU, but we'll do it. So let's extend these wires and get it ready to plug it in. No one wanted to see me work underneath the stupid dash, but you can see I wired it in real quick. It's not my finest work, but it's in there. I'm gonna let Tommy tape it up later because I don't feel like doing it. So map sensor is officially wired into the ECU. We'll run a racking wire into it in a second. We're gonna put this in, and I have to, he better have a cable so I can plug into this damn thing. If I put a battery to it, it'll crank right now.
Then do it. What do you mean if?
So I'm gonna just wait and make sure it runs. So I would just throw the stock ECU in it and just let it like idle. But Tommy put S15 injectors in it, which are like 100 cc's bigger, I think. I think so. Right, face tap?
Yes.
Yes, totally. So it honestly would probably, should we try it? Should we see if, yeah, it'll idle with those injectors. Maybe. No math. Yeah, for the sake of science. Alright, this is how things are gonna happen because Tommy needs to go home. So, do the stock ECU in. I don't know if we'll run. It should crank. There's no reason why the car shouldn't crank. The car has power. all the time for some reason.
Ooh.
All right.
Do it.
Is it in gear? Nope. Should crank. That's a dead ass battery. Oh, that's a bad ground.
Whoa.
Take it off.
Sure, sir. That's what that noise is.
We need more grounds. Well, there was no ground. There was one ground in the engine that wasn't hooked up, and I thought it was.
Dude, you almost cooked my stance coil over.
Sick.
Look at this dual vlogging. Can we dock?
Okay, so I put shadows your lens. So I put 2 more beefy grounds on the engine with some jumper cables.
Exhibit A, B.
Perfect. Don't
Quiet
mix it with
fire,
other
dude. It's taking so long. My viewers are gonna leave.
Okay, they already left, Tommy. No one's watching.
Oh, we got hazard. We got turn your lights off.
Batteries. Stupid.
Got a new battery on.
Let's see. Come on. Yeah, I don't think the fuel pump's coming on.
No?
No, I don't think the fuel pump.
Did you put all the fuses in?
Yeah, I did actually.
Well, I'm stoked to hear it crank.
That's kind of lame. I wanted to see it run.
I'm gonna end my video there.
All right, I'm gonna see.
Jimmy's gonna keep working on it.
I'm gonna see if the fuel pump can kick on.
Go watch Jimmy.
This is crazy.
Chris is about to try a kickflip.
Try.
All right, well, so it started to crank. That's good. That's one thing. So I was trying to figure out why the hell it won't actually run, and comes to find out, every time we turn it on, it's popping the engine harness. It's called the engine comp, but it's basically like the engine. It's like the ECU harness fuse. So
I wonder if it's just because of the ground situation. I mean,
I mean, I added 4 grounds to it. All the engine harness points are grounded. I checked those over. Something must be grounding out somewhere. I don't know what it is. I looked over the main power wires and they look fine. I don't know if it's internal to the harness. I could not tell you why it keeps blowing the fuse. It shouldn't be. It's a brand new harness. I mean, he has to go home. So I think we're gonna call it a night. Well, we got the crank, so I guess that's the.
that's cool. You come here, you make shit crank, you leave.
True.
You're the cranker.
The cranker?
Your new name.
I don't.
Everyone call him cranker in the comments.
That's not happening. So, all right. Well, we tidy things up, and we got the crank, but for some reason it keeps blowing that fuse. So that will be diag for another day.
What'd you say?
Another video, another crank.
Another video, another crank. Bye.
I'm really upset, dude. I was like hustling all day so we can do this thing run. It should run.
Yeah,
If
you worked
that
hard.
stupid fuse doesn't pop. It's a damn shame. Well, at least next time I'll come back and I'll have a base map ready for your car, so we can put it on the standalone, so it'll actually run well.
And we'll see what I'll call Dom and see what he says about wiring, like anything he left undone or something.
Yeah. But there's no reason why it should be popping, but whatever. All right, so I rushed to get that thing running today and I couldn't do it. I'm so upset. I thought I had it, but for some reason there's something wrong with the wiring and I have to go all through it again and figure it out. But I'm pumped to get that car driving because it deserves to be running. So I got a long ass drive back to my shop. We're going back to my shop. Maybe do a few things or maybe end the video. We'll find out. So